Today on the channel, here comes the axe, here comes the smash for the last time in 2025 with the ringside exclusive line, Bell to Bell Collection.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, and welcome back to the channel for another Demolition. Stop me if you've heard this before, Todd McFarlane, unboxing and review. And today on the channel, we're diving back into the Bell to Bell collection, the Ringside Collectibles in-house brand, inside exclusive. And we got Axe, we got Smash, we got Demolition. But for all your Demolition needs of all sorts of figures this time of year, make sure you're hitting up Ringside Collectibles. Use discount code Kyle, save yourself 10%. Gotta get a deal out there. And Demolition, no stranger here at the end of 2025. 7 releases, I want to say, over the last 6 weeks. I might even be off on that. It could even be more than that. All things coming up Demolition, and it's crazy because we originally were like, man, if we could just get one Demolition figure, and now over the last 2 years, when you count like Major Bendies and a few other things they've received, it's just been Demolition overload. But not a bad thing from a kid from the 80s that loved himself some Demolition, and I like the idea of these from the Bell to Bell line. And the Bell to Bell line, a sleeper line you don't hear a lot of course. We did get the Steiner Brothers, the Legion of Doom. You can kind of say those major pod figures, but the last one we got was Sabu, and that was a surprise release as well. So now we got Demolition here in the Bell to Bell series, going to pair perfectly with the Road Warriors. We'll do some comparisons later in this very video as well. But of course, going to do this video like we do all the other videos on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging. We're going to talk about it. We're going to unbox it. We're going to talk about it. We're going to see where it goes from there. So without further ado, let's ring the bell in the Bell to Bell collection, Demolition. And I got to say, heavy packaging on this one. The cardboard extremely thick, extremely heavy. Figures fairly heavy as well. So a good weight to this one here. Bell to Bell collection looking good. You got the ringside exclusive up there. WrestlingFigures.com. Axe, Smash. No crush in sight though. But we do get Axe and Smash here. You do get the helmet. You get the gear. Pretty darn cool if you ask me. On the back, where it is, Demolition once again. You got quite the readout back here. Let's see what it says about our friends Axe and Smash. Here comes the Axe, and here comes the Smasher. Demolition, the walking disaster. Pain and destruction is their middle name as they search and destroy anyone foolish enough to step between the ropes. Clad in spiked leather and war paint, they barrel through the challengers with bulldozer intensity. This premium 2-pack brings wrestling's most destructive force right into your collection. Lock up Axe and Smash before they wreck shop. Pretty darn cool there, though, I gotta say. And I remember as a kid, Demolition just being next level. Them and the Road Warriors, it was like Sting and the Ultimate Warrior. You got the yin and yangs between both series, or both TV shows, whatever you want to call it. Just very, very cool for little Kyle and probably little you, or old you, depending. But I love Demolition, and I'll never forget as a kid my mind just being blown in that Royal Rumble when they drew 1 and 2, and they went after each other. And I was just like, as a little kid, no, you guys should just wait there. Wait till the end. Because can you imagine if Demolition would have actually said, hey, we got a plan right here. I'm 1, you're 2. Number 3 comes in, we throw him right out together. Number 4, we rinse and repeat the whole time, then they square off at the end. That's where as a little kid I said, maybe this Demolition really needs some help. Maybe they needed a Mr. Fuji. They need a manager. And I was thinking, you know, little 6-year-old Kyle could have been what they really needed because maybe they would have been smart enough to win the Royal Rumble. Who knows? I don't know. I'm just throwing it out there though. But I thought it was really dumb of Demolition. It lost a little luster. I was thinking, would Hawk and Animal do this same thing? I don't know. But I guess it came down to Demolition. They are guys, they're going to fight tooth and nail. And they said, hey, we're going to do this honestly. We're going to do it. Is what it is. So who knows? But let's get them out of the package. How about, like I said, very thick carding on these. There's no risk of these falling off the card. I can tell you that much. Very tight carding. Very beautiful as well. Plastic. See you later. Whoa! Off the screen a little bit. I'll give the old point right here. The old point. Hey, how you doing? How are you doing? How you doing? Nice to see you up close and personal. Jeez, I'm throwing stuff around like a maniac here today. A maniac. I don't know. See you later, goodbye. Like a young Bruce Campbell in Maniac Cop is what I'm like today. Shout out to Bruce, shout out to Maniac Cop, shout out to Demolition. See you later, goodbye. All right, let's dive into this Demolition business. And I guess, as usual, we'll go axe first because alphabetical. We'll start with the big helmets here. Big helmets on these. Very soft, very squishy. I like that. These almost look like they would fit an LJN, probably a hair small. And of course, I don't have an LJN handy around me here. I do got one of the new Mattels. Way too big for a Mattel, way too big for anything else. For the glamour shots, I am going to grab the LJN. I'll grab the Latuni. I'll grab any of those kind of ones I have, and we'll see how they fit. Obviously, the Major Pod guys as well. It's like I almost think these are like the Major Pod ones. They almost remind me of that. And once again, I don't have those handy here to compare, but these are pretty big. These look like they would belong on a big rubber guy or an LJN. So I'm here for that. But now we're going to dive into Axe here. Axe looking like Axe. It's the red and silver paint. I'd say that's his most famous paint. He's got his tongue out, but he doesn't look like he's committed to the tongue out. He's just... Give me one of those. Just a little slip of the tongue is what it looks like. It's like he's not going full tongue. He's not going full Gene Simmons. He's just dabbling it out there. He's testing the waters is what it looks like to me. You got 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth, and some beautiful face paint. Got the slick back hair as well. Looking good, though. It looks like Axe. There's no doubt about it in the Remco style figures here. Now, you do got the outerwear. Is this the same outerwear we got? And I got one of those right here, too. So I got some stuff handy. Huh, is this the one? Boy, it sure seems close. Very close. I don't think it is the same. It's definitely not painted the same, but I got the ringside collectible unsanctioned classic superstars here. I said maybe they were used with kindness. Boy, that's pretty darn close though, I will say. I don't think it's, no, it's not the same. Not the same, but I wouldn't have faulted them to use the same stuff. Gotta get the most out of your molds, as we do know. I actually like the detail on these better because all the studs are painted where they missed a few studs on these. So your mileage may vary as well, but I thought those would be the same. And then we do get these chaps down here at the bottom. And this reminds me of the old Jakks Classic Superstar days. Got the chaps going on, and the chaps are removable, so they plug in and out. I thought they were going to be just like kind of clip on the front, but they go all the way around. So that is a nice touch there as well. So not a bad piece of business here. Axe, does he fit on a ringside collectible stand using code Kyle to save 10%? Of course he does. There we go. Got him right on there. See how well this fits. Fits pretty darn good, I think. Not a bad piece of business. But we're going to dive into it. A lot of reuse between these two, as you can imagine here with Smash. Same mass between them. But we get Smash, and this is a guy that commits. He goes full tongue out. He doesn't mess around. He opens the mouth, sticks that tongue way out. Got that beautiful tongue going on. That beautiful Barry Darsow tongue. Let me tell you. Let me tell you. You got the red and white attack and the face paint. I always mention this reminds me of the Hasbro days. And when I was a kid, he was always getting busted up on the top of his head. Oh, he's bleeding. He's hit a gusher. Old Smash looking good. 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth, a long tongue, and a mustache. What more could you want from your Smash figures? Not much. You got the same entrance gear as well. Going to be the same body for these guys. Same hands going on. Obviously, got to get the most out of your molds. Makes sense with Demolition, too. They're close enough to the same size. You'd use the same stuff. Now, we don't got the elbow sleeve on Smash over here. We do got his tattoo, though, so a little attention to detail. They both do have their black wrist tape going on. Now, arm's going to go all the way around on these ones here. No bicep cut, but you do get the double-jointed pinless elbows. How about that? Pinless elbows, double-jointed. That was a late addition to this line. I think Sabu was the first one to get the articulation in the arms. Hands back and forth, head back and forth, waist articulation, legs back, forth, side to side, up and down. Usual articulation that we saw with Sabu. Now we see it right here. Not the most articulated figures, but really do feel close to the Remco style once upon a time. I know a lot of people move these in with their WWE Superstar figures as well. And it seems like we're seeing a little bit of a pattern here as Ringside did come out with their unsanctioned Classic Superstars figures. A couple weeks later, what did we see? The Mattel Elite 123. Check out the unboxing on the channel. We saw those figures come out. Now they got the bell to bell here at the end of 2025 and just a couple weeks down the line or so, maybe months. Who knows with this line? But we got WWE Superstar versions of Demolition coming. So we'll see. Things are still coming up. Demolition into 2026 and probably beyond, especially with this new Legends contract they have. But I do like these bell-to-bell. They got a special spot in my collection. I do display them with the Classic Superstars. I should say WWE superstars, not classic superstars, WWE superstars. But I do like them, and they're a good yin to the yang of the Legion of Doom that we got once upon a time. I would love to see Ringside come out with a repaint of these. That should be easy enough. But put them in their more Road Warrior style, so we could have Road Warriors and Legion of Doom. And while they're at it, they could update with the new articulation for the LOD. I think that would be fun. I hope we see that in 2026. I think that would be an easy one to do for them. We'll see if that happens in the future. But pretty cool to get Demolition and Legion of Doom together again in another scale. Obviously, their feud once upon a time was a little less than, but man, oh man, little Kyle and maybe little you could not believe what we were about to see. It's like a dream come true to have them square off, as we know. I did bring a WWE Superstar figure. I brought Mr. Perfect, of all people. And you're like, Kyle, why Mr. Perfect? Well, they were a great team in the Survivor Series once upon a time, so we do remember that. But they do scale fairly well with your superstars, so you could mix them in there if you wanted to. Not a bad piece of business with these bell-to-bell. Like I said, what everything Ringside does between all the lines they carry from Mattel, Jazzwares, their classic Superstar and Sanction, their TNA figures now, the bell-to-bell get a little bit kind of forgotten about in a lot of ways. And I don't know if that is totally fair, as they do have some cool stuff here if you're into this kind of stuff. So available at Ringside right now is Demolition Bell-to-Bell Collection. Be interested to hear your thoughts on another round of Demolition figures here to close out 2025. Pick up for you, pass, long game, no game, I'm not so sure game. Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channels. 2 channels with content every single day. You can also check out YouTube channel memberships and Patreon if that is more your speed. SirPaul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com, which is also the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show. Available every Tuesday wherever podcasts are found, with video cast on YouTube. So for Demolition Bell-to-Bell Collection, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Well, are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?